So back with another Division 2 build video. Today I am bringing you an Overcharge Eclipse build, the crowd controlling build. The specialty of this build is you can have overcharge every 20 seconds for 9 seconds. So these are the stats when they are on skill tier 6, 16 second cooldown and 30 second duration. So if I activate the overcharge, they have 37% duration and increase duration and radius. Same for the launcher, its radius will increases. So if you see, this is the normal radius of sticky bomb and this is the normal radius of sham launcher. So if I hit overcharge, the radius got bigger and this is the radius of sticky bomb. So that's why I am using overcharge on this build. It also gives you more duration and more radius, and this works on mostly all of the skills like Firefly, Shock Trap and the Burn Sticky. The Seeker Mine works great here too, the Air Burst. And if you use the Fire Starter like I show in the build, this is the normal radius. The NPC can escape this radius, but if the radius is this, the overcharge radius, even if they try to escape from the cover, they will still get caught in the fire. And see the damage number with the wild mask. So let me show you the build. 4-piece Eclipse with electric 1 piece, the named seasonal item Snow Machine. So weapon is Scorpio. Second weapon is Police MK17. I'm using this perpetuation talent here, which gives me more status effect duration and damage. So I just needed a headshot, and when I use a skill, it will consume the talent and the duration will be increased. See the damage, it's 496 now. And if you see, now I don't have the talent activated. It's 372, so its damage and duration is also increased because of the talent, and I'm using its prototype version. I got a drop from Escalation, and the augment is Anomaly. Because you don't have any healing on this build, you can use this to get some healing out of your skill damage. The sidearm is X45. I'm using it because of the Trapper augment. This is also prototype. I have quick step in prototype 2, but I have rolled it to Echo and I use it for DPS builds. I don't have another quick step with Trapper. I will use that. And for the gear, I'm using Wild Mask. It's exotic. This gives me more damage over time. Its damage is increased by 50% of the concussion grenade damage. This is the concussion grenade. means it will do 700k damage. Its half damage is done by while, and its duration is also increased by the status effect attributes. For the gear set, I'm using Eclipse Protocol gear set. 2 pieces gives you 15% status effect, 3 pieces gives you 15% skill haste and 30% hash pro. 4 pieces indirect transmission spread your status effect whenever an NPC is killed within 10 meter of the duration. I mean radius, sorry. 10 meter of the radius, and refresh is 50% of the duration. Like if I kill this, you see here, when it dies, see it spread the status effect to nearby NPC within 10 meter radius. The backpack actually amplifies all the damage we deal to the status effect targeted by 30%. I'm also using the chest piece of this gear set. The chest piece increases the range from 10 meter to 15 meter and duration from 50% to 75%. This is a must to use with this build. Mods are skill haste on all 3 pieces, and this is a proto version, so I got 15% status effect instead of 10%. Every yellow prototype comes with 1.5 skill tier by default, so if you upgrade it to proto, you will have guaranteed to have this minor attribute to maxed status. The augment is amalgam. I also want to use the trapper here, but I have rolled it multiple times, like I show you. It cost me around 25 proto cores to roll it again now, so I leave it like that. It's also good. Every bullet hit has chance to apply a random status effect, so I don't see it working in the gameplay, but I wish I had this trapper augment here. It increases this status effect duration by 5%. For the gloves, these are also prototype. This got me here trapper. I rolled it to trapper here, and holster is also Eclipse, 10% status effect. And this is the snow machine named electric item. 10% status effect is the brand bonus. And this is the talent flurry. This basically apply a snowfall effect on the target, and this does not help in increase the damage or status effect duration, just a visual effect. And I also upgraded it to prototype. I got skill haste to max and status effect to by default 10%. And I also have trapper here, so I have trapper on 3 of my pieces, so I have 15% extra status effect duration on my pieces. For the skills, I am switching between skills. I am not using one skills, depend on the NPC. Like for legendary missions where you have war hounds and mini tanks, I use EMP sticky. And for changas and NPC where there are not any robot or robotic enemies, I am using blinder firefly. For damage, I am using fire starter or foam, depend on what is the situation in the field. You can switch between these 2 skills. You can also use the jammer pulse or fire sticky, depend on your choice. So whenever you have overcharge, your duration will be increased by default. Its radius is also increased with the overcharge. And let me show you, these are my seasonal modifiers. I am using optimize overload active modifier. This also reduces my skill cooldown by 46%. I have 70 seconds cooldown reduction, means I only have 20-second cooldown. And if I activated this, I have overcharge for 9 seconds, means I have only 11 seconds left to activate it again. So for first passive, I am using saturate defense, means it increases the stacks by 25. So let me remove them to show you how they work. So these are the default value. If I use saturate, my defense get increases by 45, and in the second I use the invert, it actually swap the stacks with current highest module. Since defense is our highest, If I use it, it increases by 45 when the 20 comes to defense. So I still have 45 stacks here and 20 on these, but if I use saturate offense here, I got it to 70 and my stats are removed now. I still have 20% skill damage, which I needed for this build, and this is the max you can get in offense by using these three combos. 70 is the max. If there are any combo that can make it past 70, let me know in the comment box. And these are my stats. These weapon stats, as our main damage dealer is skills, so weapon really don't matter here. You can see the stats, and you also have 50% hazard protection with this gear set. For alternates, you can use two masks. First is investor. I have rolled it to weapon damage, and 3 yellow for 15% skill efficiency. Since I'm using 3 pieces of prototype, I don't even need to run this on yellow skill tier. My skills are still on tier 6, and I'm using the firewall specialization for the fire here. So I have one more extra status effect here. I can use the fire starter or NC depending on the situation, and by using this you can see the duration and cooldown is reduced and duration is increased because of 15% skill efficiency, but you lose the overtime damage while does. Or you can also use the catalyst mask. When you use any skill except ensnare, you can see its buff is increasing, and when it increases your duration is also increases. So let me show you its talent. There is a lot of going on. Let me explain you in short. You actually build stacks by using catalyst to a maximum of 24. Each stacks give 2% weapon damage and 2% status effect. Mean at max you have 24% extra status effect. And how this works, each enemy within 25 meter that is affected by status effect grant you 1 stack per second. And if you are affected by a status effect, you also get the stacks build up on you. It build up by 2 on you, and on NPC it build up by 1, and it decays by 1 stack if there are no enemies in the 25 meter radius. And at max stacks, killing a status effect enemy gives you 25% bonus armor and 20% reload speed. And stabilizer, while burning you can maintain ADS without disruption. So like if I have wild mask here and I burn myself, see, I can aim but I can shoot in quick fire. But if I have catalyst mask and if I use it now, I can still aim while burning. So this is very useful in some scenarios. It's on you what you want to use, investor, catalyst or vial. I choose to use vial because of over extra damage. Like if I use this, you see 372 plus 90k. And one more thing, like if I use this, you can see it's 90k. If I switch to my shotgun, you can see it increases by 10 more k. It's 100k around now because it have damage to armor. This applies to skill. Damage to target auto cover I don't think applies to the skill. This applies to the skill. As I don't have damage to armor here, this does not apply there. So if I use this here, while rifle is there, it's 372 and 89. And when I switch to shotgun, it's still 72, but my wild mask buff is increased. If I use it again, so yeah, it's still 72, but the wild mask buff is increased by more damage to armor on your weapon. So it's on you what you want to use. You can also use capacitor if you use this fire starter to increase its damage. Let me show you what's the damage with capacitor. So we are at 40 stack. 472. Yeah, its damage is increased by having capacitor on. So I basically use Scorpio here because of the debuff it gives. You can have poison on 2 rounds, disorient on 4 rounds, 6 rounds gives you shock, and 9 rounds the target take additional 20 damage from all the sources. So this is for the build. I will make 3 more versions of this build and I will post it soon on my channel, where you have overcharge for 9 seconds every 20 seconds. So if you have any question, comment down below and I will see you in the next one. See ya. GG.